This might be the most expensive Lego set we'll ever buy, and today we're finally building it. The Green Grocer originally cost around £90 when it released in 2008, but today even used copies can sell for hundreds of pounds. So the big question is it actually worth the hype? Welcome back to Brickling House. Today we're adding another absolute classic to the modular street, the Lego Greengrocer. Now this one is a big moment for us because even though we bought our copy second-hand from Facebook Marketplace, it's still the most expensive Lego set we currently own. And if you know modular buildings, that probably won't surprise you. The Greengrocer is one of the most sought-after modulars Lego has ever made, and it's been on our wish list for quite a while. Before we start building though, I'm curious about something. Where does the Greengrocer rank for you in the modular lineup? Is it one of your favourites, or do you think some of the newer modulars have actually surpassed it? Let us know in the comments while we get started with the build. So the Greengrocer is set number 10185, and it originally released back in 2008. That makes it the third building in the Lego Modular Building series, following Cafe Corner in 2007 and Market Street shortly after. This set contains 2,352 pieces, which at the time made it one of the largest Lego sets Lego had ever produced. The original retail price was around £90 in the UK, which feels almost unbelievable now when you compare it to modern Lego prices. Because of these days, if you want a brand new sealed copy, you're easily looking at over £1,200. Even used sets regularly sell for somewhere between £500 and £700, depending on condition and completeness. So yes, this one definitely felt like a bit of an investment piece for the city. We actually managed to find this one locally on Facebook Marketplace, which is always the dream when you're hunting for retired modulars. Buying second-hand modulars can be a bit of a gamble. Some pieces are missing, sometimes colours have been swapped out, and sometimes the set has been sitting in someone's loft for the last 10 years. Thankfully, this was in really good condition, and it's always nice knowing a retired set is getting a new life in a Lego city rather than just sitting in storage somewhere. We did have to buy a couple of new bits, but nothing too drastic, thankfully. As with most modular builds, we start with the base plate and the pavement. And this is something I've always loved about the early modular buildings, the sidewalk details. Out the front of the shop, there's also a small baby pram, which is a really charming detail and makes the whole street scene feel alive. There's also a vegetables display outside the shop with crates of produce stacked up ready for customers. Little touches like that really help sell the idea that this is a busy neighbourhood grocery store. Once the pavement is finished, we start building up the ground floor grocery shop itself. Inside the shop, there are shelves for fruit and vegetables, a weighing scale, and a small checkout counter. There's also a fully stocked fridge packed with bottles and food items, which is a really nice bit of interior detail. These are the kinds of small touches that just make the building feel like a proper shop rather than just a facade. Another nice feature on the outside is the printed grocer sign above the shop entrance. Early modular sets used quite a few printed elements rather than stickers, which is something collectors really appreciate because those details hold up well even years later. Now, if you've ever looked into this set before, you've probably heard people talk about the sand green bricks. The entire facade of the building is built using this sand green colour, which at the time was a very rare Lego colour. Today, sand green appears in quite a few sets, but back when the Greengrocer released it, it was unusual to see an entire building constructed in that colour. And that's one of the reasons this set became so expensive on the secondary market. For years, these pieces were incredibly difficult to source individually, so people trying to recreate the building from parts ended up spending a fortune. So if you've ever wondered why the Greengrocer price went a bit crazy, those sand green bricks are a big part of the story. And that raises an interesting question. Would you pay the current resale price for the Greengrocer, or do you think it's a bit overrated because of the hype? Let us know what you think. The building is really starting to come together now, and you can see that famous sand green colour scheme that made the Greengrocer so iconic. Moving up to the next section, we start building the first floor apartment above the shop. One thing LEGO has done really well with modular buildings is creating these little slices of city life. Interestingly, the Greengrocer was one of the earliest modular buildings to really feature detailed interiors. The very first modular building, Cafe Corner, actually had almost no interior furniture at all. You can see our video build of that on our channel. But by the time LEGO designed the Greengrocer, they had started adding much more detail inside each floor. Rather than separate staircases on each level, LEGO created a central staircase column running all the way through the building. And tucked away on the stairs, there's also a little cat hiding, which is one of those classic little details you might miss the first time you look at the set. Once you notice it though, it adds a bit of personality to the whole building. On the side of the buildings there's also a fire escape ladder, which adds another realistic architectural detail. Finally, we reach the roof section. There's a really nice little detail tucked away up here. At the back of the building there's a small rooftop balcony terrace, complete with flower boxes and plants. It's a lovely touch that adds a bit of life to the top of the building and fits perfectly with the idea that someone is actually living in the apartments above the shop. Details like that are something the modular buildings have always done really well, giving each building small features that make it feel like part of a real city rather than just a display model. And there we go, the Lego Greengrocer is complete. Even though this set first released back in 2008, it still holds up incredibly well today. The colours, the architecture and the small details make it easy to see why so many Lego fans consider this one of the best modular buildings ever made. For us, it's going to look fantastic sitting on the street alongside Cafe Corner and Market Street in Brickling City. Now that it's finished, you can really see why this set has such a strong reputation among Lego collectors. We're already working on the next build for the city, and it's another one we've wanted to add for quite a while. We won't give away what it is just yet. If you think you can guess what it might be, drop your guesses in the comments below. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out, and we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.